What happens in UX research? It's a very good question and it's a long answer. So let's answer this question after this intro. So first of all, let's define what UX research is. UX research is a study of users, their behaviors and requirements to provide context, insights and inform the team in the design process. So before we get into user research is divided into three parts. One is which I call pre-research, then the actual research part where you conduct the research, which is called research, and the post-research part where you analyze and document all the research that you have done and create insight out of it. So pre-research, research, post-research. These are the three steps of a user research according to me. Now, let's talk about what happens in each of these phases one by one, and that probably will give you a better idea of what exactly goes in a UX research. So let's talk about the first phase, which I called pre-research. Pre-research basically consists of two things: gathering the requirement and planning the research. By gathering the requirement, I mean asking a lot of questions. Questions like, why are we doing this? What do we want to achieve from the research? What is the budget to perform the research? Any research was done prior to this one? Are we researching the right problem? Now, once you ask all these questions and get the answers of these questions, the second step is planning the research. As this is the part where you actually start thinking about what kind of research that you want to perform. Is it going to be qualitative or is it going to be quantitative? Is it going to be attitudinal or is it going to be behavioral? Is it going to be moderated or unmoderated? Is it going to be remote or in person? How many people are going to be involved in the research? If it's going to be an unmoderated interview, how many people are you going to talk to? Then another thing that you do is write research questions here. Coming up with research statement and hypothesis is another thing that you do in the pre-research process, in the planning of research. So this is what happens in the pre-research phase of a UX research. A research phase is fairly similar to the pre-research and the post-research phase, because in the research phase, what you do is whatever you have planned in the pre-research phase, you just go and execute. And then the last stage is post-research. Post-research is also another important step of the research phase, because everything that you have planned and done, all the data, all the insights are with you in the raw format. Now it is up to a researcher to go through all that data and then find insights. Now it is important that you derive insights that are short, actionable and product driven. If you keep the research insights open ended, it does not give product managers or designers anything to work with, because essentially what UX researchers are doing, they are providing context to the designers before they start or attack a problem. So if they don't have proper context to what they are solving, they won't be able to solve or won't be able to provide a good problem. Let me give you a very simple example. Let's say UX researchers did a research and they found out people are willing to spend more if they know that they are getting a product for the lesser price. Now, this is the insight that they got, but it is very open-ended. A little specific can be when we compared two websites, we found out that a website with a discount sells more product, website that doesn't show a discount. Now, that insight is very actionable. When you provide these to designers or your product team, they have a little bit more context. Another step that takes place in post research is presentation of the research. As a UX researcher, you might have to present your insights to various team, product team, stakeholders, your design team, your tech team maybe, and even document the research in a form that is accessible and understandable by everyone in the team. If anyone wants to open and study the research, it has to be easy and humanly readable. And this is personally something that I do. I don't know if everyone in the world does that or not. I go through the research that I've performed, I go through the insight that I've delivered, and I try to figure out what went wrong while I was performing the research. So the next time when I'm performing the research, I don't do those hiccups and I don't come across the problems that I face. If you want to learn more about UX research, I have done a podcast with the UX researcher at Uber. I link here and in the description below, so you can go and check that out. I have done a deep dive with what UX research is, how is research performed, and other nuances of UX research in this podcast. So make sure you check it out. And please subscribe to the channel if you're new. I make these videos every week and hope to see you around. So until next time, this is Ramadan. Thanks for watching UX and More. Cenkwe.